All right, so we are going to demonstrate how to do circle priming. Your chemotherapy or biotherapy, anything that comes from chemopharmacy in a bag, is going to come with your tubing attached. As such, it's going to have your Spiros on the end of the tubing with the purple cap on top. There is going to just be air in the tubing itself, air in the drip chamber here. So you will take your setup into your med room. You'll have a pump in your med room and an IV pole. You'll put your tubing up on the pump itself. And our first step is going to be to scrub the side port of our tubing setup. You want to do a 15-second scrub. And as always, your 15-second dry time as well. And then with the end of your tubing, you're going to take off your purple cap. It just pops right off, it doesn't twist. And the end of this tubing you are going to attach to your side port up here. And it'll just screw right into place. We want to make sure that our tubing is fully clamped, and it's going to come that way from chemopharmacy. After your tubing is attached to the side port, you can fill your drip chamber. You want to make sure that it's pretty full. We'll open up our tubing like this. And then once your drip chamber is full, you can begin to open your roller clamp, and you'll see fluid priming through the tubing. Once your fluid gets below the air indicator part of your IV tubing, you can go ahead and clamp down your roller clamp. You'll place your tubing in the IV channel, and we'll make sure that our drip chamber is refilled. And then to set your IV channel, you can just do a basic infusion. Your rate will be 999. Volume to be infused, just make sure that it's a number greater than 15. So we'll just set it for 15 for now. And then once all that is set, you can open up your roller clamp and hit start. And the pump will prime the rest of your fluid through your tubing. The air from the tubing is going up into the bag of your chemotherapy or biotherapy or your medication. And then it's dripping down into your chamber. You do want to keep an eye on the drip chamber to make sure that it doesn't pull to air. You might need to squeeze it as your tubing is being primed by the pump, just to make sure that we're all set. And then once we see all these little air bubbles come through, we see our drip chamber dripping here. We know that our tubing is fully primed. So then we can stop our infusion. We will clamp our roller clamp. We can remove our IV tubing from the channel itself. And then we will detach our tubing from the side port. We can clean it with an alcohol swab, doing our 15-second scrub. Our 15-second dry time. And then you'll get one of these new purple caps that hasn't been used to cap on the end of your tubing to make sure that the connection point remains able to be connected to your patient when you go to give your medication. Whenever you go to give your medication, you will program your pump for the rate that is ordered for the medication to be infused, whatever the rate is listed on the bag. And then your volume to be infused, you will set for 20 less than the total volume that is listed on the bag. So at this point, you can take your chemotherapy, biotherapy medication to your patient's room and complete your double check process with a second nurse.